Welcome back, everybody. A couple minutes late here, some more technical stuff that I'm still trying to figure out, but I think we are good to go now. All right. Hope you're enjoying your Tuesday so far. We have a mini band workout today. Mini bands. So if you got your white line mini bands or any other mini band handy, take them out. If you got a variety of them, that's better. If you only got one, I'm sure you'll make it work. All right. The workout today is a mix of some cardio work, for lower body work with the bands, and then we do have a lot of squats to do today. So hopefully you enjoy squats. If not, maybe you'll enjoy them by the end of the workout because we're going to get a lot of practice here today. Just get things all set up. A little late here, getting going. Okay. Welcome guys. For your cardio, which will be at the start of every round for 90 seconds or a minute and a half. If you have a skipping rope handy, then I'll encourage you to get some skipping in. I missed the skipping workout this past weekend, and I realized I missed my skipping. So if you got a rope, take that out. If you don't have a rope, I'm going to show you a couple options for your cardio. The first one is strider jumps. So you're going to go lateral side to side. You can either go for speed or go for depth. I've been going lower to the floor. We can also do any other variation of cardiovascular work, like jumping jacks, high knees, mountain climbers, that type of thing. If you have kettlebells at home, you want to make use of your kettlebells, then you can do kettlebell swings or other kettlebell-based movements. So lots of options on the cardio. Again, each round will start with 90 seconds of that, and then we're going to go into 2 mini band exercises. We'll be working on those two sets of a minute, so we have 4 minutes of those 2 exercises, and then we do some squats at the very end of the round before we go to the next round. 4 circuits to go through, and that's the entire workout. We're going to do really quick warm up here because we are a little bit late already. So find your squat position, feet hip width apart, toes out slightly. We're going to squat down, chest up, knees out. From here, we're going to keep the elbows inside the knees. And again, if you can't get that low, that's fine. You can hang out up there if you need to. We're going to reach up with the left hand all the way up to the ceiling, thinking of pushing your right elbow into your right leg to create a little bit more of a twist. Come on down, back to center. Other side. Reach, reach, reach. Back to center. First side again. Come down, second side. Hands to the floor, step out with the legs. We're going to go through 20 mountain climbers together. Knee into the elbow and then switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Both knees to the floor. Get it nice and tall, so a tall kneeling position. I'll show from the side. We're doing those quad raises. So hands across the shoulders. We're going to lean back, bending only at the knees. Go as far back as you're comfortable, and then come back up, and then repeat. You're going to feel a nice little warm-up or bit of a pulling sensation in the quad. Don't go to the point of pain or significant discomfort. Just warming up. Good, we got 2 more. Lower back. And come back up. 1 more here. And come back up. Good, place the hands back on the ground. Step out with the feet. We're going to do some hand walkouts. So keeping the knees straight, you're going to walk your hands into your feet. We're going to stand up and then go back down, hands to the floor, walk the hands right back to the plank, You can put a push-up in here if you would like to. Otherwise, just walk back in, stand back up. We got 3 more. Hinge down, hand walk out, optional push-up. Walk back in. Always try to keep the knees fairly straight to give us a stretch coming through the back in the hamstrings. Back in. We got 1 more. Last one. All right. And come back up. All right, that's where we're gonna keep our warm up. If you don't feel too warm, that's okay. We're starting with 90 seconds of cardio. So, whenever you're skipping rope, or again, do strider jumps, swings, jacks, mountain climbers, anything to get the heart rate going. If you don't have a rope, you can just air skip. You don't need the rope to actually get the skipping in. All right, so 90 seconds here, a minute and a half. When there's about a minute left in the cardio, I'm gonna put my rope away and just talk about the first 2 mini band exercises. So you'll do the full 90. I'm gonna go through a little bit of explanation shortly. We have 4 rounds. I wouldn't quite say that every round gets progressively harder. The squats get harder as we go. But you can treat this first round a bit more as a warm-up if you'd like. All right, let's get that heart rate going. You guys keep going. And if you've been doing strider jumps this whole time, you're getting bored, feel free to just do something different, switch it up. All right, when we get started, we're gonna have a mini band. If you have 2, you're gonna want a lighter one for the wrists and a stronger one for your legs. So we're gonna place the stronger band. This can be at the ankles or at the knees. You have to just play around with it and see what's more appropriate. And then a lighter band at the ankles. And we're gonna do what's called a tiger crawl. We have 20 seconds before we start. So get your bands on, one at the wrist, one at the ankles or knees. We're gonna be on all 4s, and we're just gonna tiger crawl, walking forwards and backwards along the ground. We're gonna be here for 35 seconds, going forward and back. So let's start walking forwards, try to keep the band out, and then walking backwards. So my knees aren't on the floor here. I have my knees up off the floor. If you have a band at the ankles, try not to let the band pull your feet together, so you're always pushing out against the band. When we get to the 35-second beep, then we're gonna go side to side. All right, right into it. So side to side. So the hands go out when the feet are together, and then the feet go out when the hands come together. And that's how you do the timing of these lateral movements. And if you find your band is way too heavy on the arms, or your shoulders are too tired, that's fine, take them off. You can still do the movement without the band at the wrists. And maybe next round, go to a lighter band. All right, come on up. So we're going to side touches next. If your band's at the ankles, it'll be a lot harder. So at the knees, it'll be easier. Get into a semi-squat position. Shift all your weight to your right leg. We're gonna reach out and touch the toe. Come back in and touch the toe close to the other foot. We're just gonna go back and forth for 35 seconds on this one side. Notice I'm not placing weight on my left foot as I'm going back and forth. All my weight stays on my right foot. The left foot is just lightly touching the toe to the floor. I'm trying to reach as far as I can to activate the glutes, pulling the band out to the side. That's 35. Switch sides. Maintain the semi-squat position. If you really want to challenge yourself, I don't have one here. I've got stairs nearby. You can stand on the lowest stair with your planted leg and still try to touch the floor. That'll force you to get really low in your squat in order to touch the floor. So you can do that on the stairs or like steps or risers or something. I just don't have anything handy to demonstrate, but hopefully that made sense. 3, 2, 1. We're right back to the tiger crawl. 20 seconds here. Get ready. So band at the wrists. You can take the band off the legs if you can keep your legs in break, or you can keep them on. That's up to you. Let's get ready. We're going forward and back for the first 35. Here we go. Opposite arm and leg are moving together as opposed to the same side moving together. Try to keep the knees low. The knees are just above the ground here. So from the side. Forward and backwards. All right, we're going side to side. Same exercise. Remember, the arms open when the legs close, and the arms close when the legs open. Woo. Got sore shoulders from yesterday. All right. All right, come on up. We're right back to the side touches. If you found the band at the knee was a little easy, then bring your band down to your ankles, and you'll definitely notice that difference. Still try to reach the same distance if you can. Semi-squat, touch, and back in. All right. So, once we finish the second side, that will be our approximately 4 minutes of work. 2 sets of each. So we'll be done with these 2 exercises. We're immediately going to go into our squats. So we're going to have a band around the knees, and we're going to go through 10 squats. Should be nice and easy. And that'll be the end of the round. Okay, switch legs. Semi-squat, touch out, and back in. When I'm touching out, try not to turn the toe to face out, because that's going to work the hip flexor. You want to keep your knee pointing forward, your toe pointing forward, and that forces the gluteus medius minimus and TFL, those smaller hip stabilizer muscles, forcing them to do the work. 3, 2, and time. All right, let's get the band up at the knees, guys. No time on this one, we're just doing reps here. So 10 squats together. Let's get ready, feet just outside hip width apart, arms in front, up on the head, wherever you want them to be. 10 reps. Squatting down, make sure the knees go up, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, challenge your depth here, 6, 7, hips back, knees out, chest up. That's at 8, maybe this one, 9, 10. All right, that's the end of the round, guys. Woo, we're really chill here. This music's got me in a nice low-key mood. All right, so grab some water. That's the end of round 1. We're gonna head into round 2, starting with that 90 minutes of cardio again. That's better than that obnoxious electronic stuff that I had playing the other day. Okay, let Let me get our timer set, guys. Grab your rope if you have it, or do some burpees, mountain climbers, jumping jacks, whatever you want to work on. Again, I'm going to go for the first minute, and then I'm going to stop and show you guys the exercises coming up. Here we go, let's get started. So I really missed doing the skipping workout this past Saturday. That was the original plan, but I ended up staying home the weekend, which is very healthy mentally. So I may not be able to commit to the Saturday skipping class, but I'll try to get a skipping class somewhere in the week instead. Maybe I'll replace one of the bodyweight workouts, because we got 5 of them right now every week. I'll replace one of the bodyweight ones today with a skipping workout. So I got some feedback from you guys that you enjoyed it. It was very helpful for learning. So if you want to join in on the next skipping workout, maybe go back and watch the first one from a couple Saturdays ago, because it's a bit more of a tutorial one. All right, you keep going. You guys got 25 seconds left. So our next 2 exercises, the band is going to stay at the ankles or at the feet the entire time. You're going to want a little bit of a more moderate to lighter band to this, not a super heavy one. So we're going to start with the band at the ankles. Then we're going to do a crescent moon. So I'm going to stand on one leg. I'm going to kick the other leg forward, keeping the knee fairly straight. Then we're going to draw a half circle all the way around behind me, woo, and then draw the circle back to the front. And I'm just going back and forth in this half circle motion for 35 seconds. Okay, let's get ready. Here we go. I'm standing on my right leg. Left leg's doing the work. As big of a circle as I can make. The knee is fairly straight here, so don't bend the knee. Go slow and try to keep the torso upright. So try not to lean away from the leg that's kicking. You may feel the planted leg working just as much as the leg that's moving around. That's normal. In 3 seconds, we go to the other side. Good, switch legs. You're probably going to feel the outside of the hips in this circuit really challenging, because we're going to be single-legged, which works these same muscles. In both exercises, we're single-legged. 10 seconds. At the end of this exercise, so in 5 seconds, you're going to quickly get your hands on your band and step on the band, wrapping it around both feet. All right, so band is now not at my ankles, but under my feet. All we're going to do is shift our weight to our first leg again, and lift the knee as high as that leg will go. And we're going to hold that for 35. Here we go. So balance round. This is also really going to work our hip flexor on the leg that's pulling up. If you want to throw some quad work in, you can, I'll just show it sideways. From here, you can also think about extending the knee or keeping the leg out and then coming back in. You probably won't go very far, depending on the band you have, but you'll still feel the quad activating as it tries to straighten the knee out and then comes back in. If you don't like that option, then just try to keep the knee as high as it'll go. Good, switch sides. If you have a fairly light band, your leg might be all the way up here. If you have a really heavy band, your leg might be down there. So don't worry about how high my knee goes, just worry about making sure that you're getting as high as you can in that leg. I've never actually done those quad extensions in this position before, but the idea made sense, so giving it a go here makes it a little more challenging. All right, get the band back to the ankles. Bit of a shimmy step to get them up there. We're going back to the crescent moon, those half circles. Second set. All right, Trying to remember what side I started with, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go standing on my right leg, left leg will kick out. I'm really hoping when I say like I'm working my left leg, it looks to you like I'm working my left leg. I don't really know how video works, if it's like a mirror or not. Because I'm always saying the opposite side that I am actually working. So if it looks like it's opposite to you, then I'm just doing both of us a disservice. And I should just start talking about what's actually happening. All right, switch sides. I'll have to pay attention to that the next time I watch the video. All right, keeping the knees fairly straight again. How are the hips feeling, guys? We should be feeling it in the glutes now. If not, really try to get the leg out there. If you're doing small circles and you're touching this foot down, you're probably wondering this is the worst exercise in the world. What a waste of my time. But if you keep the foot up and you work it all the way around, then you're gonna feel what I feel. All right, let's stand on the band. Okay, back to those knee hikes. All right, so shift the weight onto the one leg. My right leg is down, and we're lifting. Woo! There I go. Fight for the balance. When you're doing an exercise like this, where maybe the primary focus is to work certain muscle groups, like my hip flexors, like I said, but there's always a secondary goal when we do unilateral or single-legged stuff, and that's the balance piece. So if you feel you're having to touch down a lot, and you're kind of this, and you feel like, oh, I'm not really getting the hip flexor work, you're still getting a lot of benefit by working on your balance. If you're literally every half second touching down, then maybe you're not getting, maybe it's not an appropriate way to challenge your balance, and then you might want to hold onto a stick or a wall or something. Let's go to the side. But if you feel you're here, but you're still holding it for 5 seconds or more, and then maybe touching down, and then you reset, and you're back to wobbling around, that's a great way to challenge your proprioception or your balance. And I would encourage you to keep challenging yourself instead of always just holding on to walls and you're not actually getting much benefit in terms of challenging your balance. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, that's 2 full sets. Let's get the band around the knees. We got our squats. All right. I kept a little bit of information from you though. Our first time we did 10 reps. Every second we're gonna add an extra 10 squats. So we got 20 squats here. Let's go. Squat down, keep the knees out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. If you remember, we have 4 circuits. So if you're doing the math in your head, yes, that's a lot of squats by the end of the day. Exactly 100, in fact. Unless I keep losing count like I'm doing. Then we might do a few more or a few less than 100. I'm gonna say that's 10. I'm not too sure. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going fairly slow here, just to allow me to work through the full range of motion. 18. And give lactic acid the time it needs to build up. And 20. Good. All right, that's round 2. We're moving on. Grab some water. Get ready for your 3rd round, starting with 90 seconds of cardio. If you want to incorporate your mini bands into your cardio, let's do that together. So grab a band. Let's maybe try it at the knees first. When we're moving away from standard mini band exercises to something that's very high rep, or like more cardio based, then you just want to go easy on it, because you might not know how it's going to affect the body. So let's start up at the knees, and if you feel like, oh no, I can take this a bit more, I can crank it up a bit, then you can maybe try the mini band down to your ankles. But we're gonna do some jumping jacks here. And if you really want to spice up your cardio, get a second band at the wrist, and we'll do seal jacks. Okay? And I'll do those with you. We'll see if I go to full 9, maybe I get bored. Might have to change it up. All right. Let's get ready here. Starting in 10. All right, seal jacks. I feel like I'm a lobster at Safeway with those elastics on. Here we go. So it's going to give you a little more muscle activation. I'm not a big fan of it at the hand. I feel like you keep going. I like the feeling of the arms flying when I do jumping jacks. So I'm not going to keep the band on the wrist. All right, let's do a little more work with the band. If you really want to crank it up, you can try the band at the ankles. Just recognize you probably won't go as far, or you might not go as far. And the band's really going to pull your feet back together, so just be careful of that. You don't want to click your inner ankle bones together. That probably doesn't feel too good. Do some skiers. Ooh, that's awkward. All this new stuff I've never done before. Try it with you guys. You got 30 seconds. Keep it going. I'm going to show you your next 2 exercises. Ooh. All right. Lots of upper body work coming up here. So we don't need a band at the lower body. You can always throw it on if you want, just to keep that glute activation. But we're going to have a band at the wrists. We're going to go into a plank position from the feet or from the knees. I'm just going to show from my knees here. You're going to do plank touches. So we're going to keep the weight on one hand. We're going to touch the hand out to the side and then back in place. The same thing we did with the legs last round, or the other round. Side touches, but we're doing it on the arms instead. 35 on one side, 35 on the second side. All right, here we go. Plank position, touch, back in. Touch, back in. That's a fair amount of work on the planted hand. So if it's too much, just drop to your knees, which will take a lot of the work off of the shoulder and the core. Try to keep your pelvis square. Try to keep your shoulders square. So try not to turn the body like this. We want to be squared up. All right, switching sides. Woo, sweaty hands. Notice my feet are pretty wide here. If my feet are narrow, notice how my hips shoot out to the opposite side to counterbalance myself. Going wide allows me to stabilize a lot more. And I can keep my pelvis squared up. Try not to let your body sink down into the shoulder of the planted arm. I want you to actually think of pushing your body away from the ground at all times. All right. You're going to keep the band at the wrist. We're going to start with the arms down in front of us. This is called Frankenladder. So, right in front of us, we're going to do a big circle, hand over hand, and then follow with the opposite side. We're going to go all the way up until you can't get overhead anymore, and then you come back down. So the one hand is stationary, while the other hand is doing a half circle around the pivot point of the stationary arm. Now I'm not getting too many circles before I come down because I got a fairly light band on here. But if you have a heavier band, you'll get more circles in. Let's keep going. This is not a unilateral exercise. We're doing both sides together. So we're going to do 2 full 35-second counts without changing our movement. We could have done this and then switch sides, but I like getting through this full overhead range of motion as well. It's a little bit more dynamic. How are the shoulders? Should be pretty tired shoulders at least by the time we get to the end of the next set. your shoulders should be pretty much done. All right, taking a break. I'm going to keep the same band for the plank because I found that really challenging just holding my body weight on one arm. But I'm going to try a heavier band on the Franken ladder. All right, back to the plank. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Shoulders are very tight. Still trying to keep most of our weight on the planks in hand. Try not to put too much weight on the hand that's moving side to side. Other side. Back down to the knees for me. Whichever hand is planted, make sure that elbow is not locked out. Right, we want to really avoid locked out limbs as a general rule. There's certain exceptions to that rule. But for our purposes, try to keep limbs slightly bent or straight is fine, but not locked out. All right, Franken ladder, here we go. Oh, I was gonna change bands. Let's go, you keep going. There we go. That's a better bend. So our arms are fairly long here. Trying to have the elbows bent. All right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. This is 2 in a row. I was wondering, how do we switch this one? And we don't switch it, we just keep going. Almost there. 5 seconds. All right. Done with the Franken ladder. We need to get our band back on our knees. We've got squats. How many do we got? Well, it's the 3rd round. So that means we're doing 30 mini band squats. If your band is not heavy enough to challenge your squats, grab a second band, place it over top of the first band. Here we go. Let's start and count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. All right, we're a third of the way. 11. If you want to challenge these squats, then don't come to a full stand at the top. Stop just before. When we go to a full stand, our muscles actually get a chance, or a lot of the muscles get a chance to relax to a degree. You get a little bit of recovery. But if you don't come to a full stand position, they don't get that chance, and they just have to keep working. What do we got? 18, 19, 20, 10 more. 21, 22, 23, 24. We're almost there. Nice squats. 25. Keep the knees out. Don't let the band wing here. 28, 29, and 30. One more round, guys. Grab some water really quick. I'm gonna start this timer here in less than 20 seconds. We know our pattern by now. All right, I'm gonna go back to skipping. Just in a skip to Maloo kind of mood, or kind of mood. All right, here we go. Last round, and we get to look forward to 40 squats at the end. Here we go. There goes my rope. All right, 30 seconds into the cardio, one more minute. I'll be stopping early to go over our last two exercises. 30 seconds left. You keep going. At the end of the cardio, you're gonna take a band, place it around the knees. We did this exercise on the last knee band workout. We're gonna go to a side plank from the elbow. Legs are stacked in a 90-degree position. Hips come up and forward. Hold the side plank, and we're gonna do a clamshell. Knees open, knees closed. To challenge yourself, you can do a side leg raise instead. Whew, lots of glute work here. The second exercise is a dead bug. We're gonna take the band, place it around the feet, lie on our backs, and wait for further instructions. All right, let's get ready. Clamshell side plank. A side plank to the elbow, stack the legs, knees bent, and open and close the legs. All right, so my left side is up. If my left side is up, then my left pelvis, or left side of the pelvis, is going to try and lean back. I want to avoid that. So I'm going to think of pushing my left hip forward as I open the legs up. You can also hold the leg up in the air instead of closing to challenge yourself more. Switch up, other side. From the elbow, feet back, knees stacked, open and close it up. And watch the pelvis drawing back. Keep the top hip pulled forward. On the bell, we're going to lie on our backs, and the band goes around the feet. Not the ankles, but around the feet. Or your shoes, if you're wearing shoes. All right, to the back. So we're gonna do dead bug here. Band around the feet, lie on the back, 90-90 with the legs. We're gonna kick one leg down while the other leg stays up at 90-90. Here we go. You can get the arms involved as well. Dropping opposite arm and leg if you'd like. If you just want to focus on what's going on down low, then don't worry about the arms. I need to give a word of caution on this one. We recommend stretching the band to twice its resting length. So when I kick one leg out, it's getting pretty close to that already. If I pull my knee up to my chest, it's really going beyond our recommended 2 times the length. Okay, keep going here, another 35 seconds of these. So if you don't want to risk putting the band to a position where it might tear, then when I drop one leg, keep the other leg at 90 degrees. Don't pull it up. Although pulling it up does make the exercise harder in some aspects, because you get more tension on the band. So just be aware of that. I'm a fairly tall guy, so I will stretch the band a fair amount. If you're under 5.5 feet, then you probably don't need to worry about that too much. Okay, we are going back to our side plank clamshell. So bands back at the knees. Let's get ready. I got my right side up. Here we go. If you want to challenge yourself, get the leg up and just hold it there for the whole count. If you don't have a band on you and you're still following along, this is probably not a very challenging movement. I encourage you to do a side leg raise if you don't have a band. Or if you only have a leg band, you can do that too. Still got the leg up. Try to keep it up there. Almost there. And time, nice, switch it up. Other side. Oh, I was waiting for a bell. There's no bell. Leg up if you want to challenge yourself. We're going to be on our back again after this for our second round of dead bug. And then we've got to finish our workout off with the squats. Three, two, one. Nice work. Okay, hands at the feet. I didn't mention it today, but always try to check your knee bands before your workout. Make sure there's no tears. You don't want one of these snapping off and shooting at your face in the middle of the workout. Try not to let your dogs and cats bite at them while you're using them. Keep going, 35 more seconds. I actually love this kind of music to work out to. Just really calm. Not a very high energy, pump up motivation type of music, but for whatever reason, I really enjoy it. Hopefully you didn't mind it. Or maybe you got your own System of a Down or something pumping in the background. All right, that's it guys. One more thing to do, get the band at the knees. We got 40 squats to do. And that'll take us to a total of 100 squats for the workout, if my math is correct. All right, let's get ready. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Again, if you want to challenge your squats, then don't come to the full stand position. Stop just before. 6. All right, that's 10. That's 16. The last 10 squats, I'm going to do some jump squats. You don't have to. Join in if you want. 18. 19, 20, we're halfway. 21. I shouldn't have pre-committed to those jump squats. I'm going to try to when we get there. I think it'll be okay. 25, 26, 27, 28, keep the knees out, don't let them come in. 29, 30, 10 jump squats if you got them. Or just do regular squats. Alright, if you're squatting, you probably got a few to go because they're a bit slower. You keep them up. Get your full 100 in. Alright. Thanks very much for joining in, guys. Appreciate the workout today. I am going to be stretching to you guys. I have to get running right away this morning. So we'll try to get some stretching in tonight's workout, 5 p.m. It's body weight. Probably going to turn it up a little bit because this was a bit more of a lighter workout for me today. And with these 2 workouts every day, I'm just naturally going into one being a bit higher intensity and one being a bit lower intensity. So I'll just have to turn it up a little bit. Challenge myself and challenge you guys tonight at 5 p.m. Hope to see you guys there. Enjoy this lovely weather. We're blessed with a great sunny day and the temperature's coming our way. So thanks for joining in. If you guys feel so inclined to help promote these videos, we do have a donate button on the website under the MORFIT video link there. Any amount helps, even if it's like 25 cents. At least it tells me that you guys are watching and looking for more content. So feel free to help out in that regard, or just emails and phone calls saying, hey, I'm enjoying the workouts. That's just as helpful. All right, guys, thanks again. We'll see you soon. Bye.